Here is the catalytic methanation station. This is station 2, and there's a sign above each one. And down below is the GC unit. And here you have your reactor and the flow rate for each of your species. Here is the inside of the reactor. Down in the bottom is the catalyst, and a thermocouple sits on top and goes down to out the reactor. And you have your gases that flow through this metal part here, and it wraps around the reactor to heat up. Here are the gas cylinders for the catalytic methanation. On the right is going to be the helium and the CO2 on the left. Each cylinder is labeled, and to open them, you'll have your directions shown on top of the cylinder, and you fully open these, and then get a quarter turn close. And you also will want to open the regulator on top here, all the way in a quarter close. And you always want your bottom gauge to be above 100 psi and the top one to be above 40 psi. And in this blue hood is the hydrogen tank. You can pull this open and do the same procedures to open the regulator to allow gas to flow in. And make sure this is shut. On the back of the unit, there will be a black power box. Here you will want to make sure that it's on. To turn on the GC unit, there is a power button down here on the left. Simply press this in and the GC will be on. And here is the pale moon interface, where on the left you can set your flow rates and change your temperature. And you always want to make sure that your flow rates add up to 200 and that the hydrogen is always more than the stoichiometric amount of the CO2. For the shutdown procedure, set your temperature set point to 0 and allow the reactor temperature to cool down while gases are still flowing. And you always will want to have some helium flowing through the reactor, but set your carbon dioxide to 0 and then your hydrogen to 0, and proceed to close the regulators. Allow the helium to keep flowing into the GC and reactor while it's cooling down, and make sure to close this top valve here for the CO2 as well as the cylinder, and do the same thing for the hydrogen. You can then turn off the GC unit by pressing the same power button you used to turn on. And you can also turn this off